Hey Clemenger, this is JQ792 from Melbourne to Maroochydore. I was particularly curious about human behaviour in contained public spaces, and I'd spent some time observing on a train and in an elevator before the following observations on my flight really intrigued me. My first human truth observation is that humans are social beings. Now, I acknowledge this isn't a groundbreaking revelation or anything, but it's still something that stood out to me. People on this flight seemed to have less of an issue engaging with complete strangers. They would smile, nod, begin conversations with each other. I even briefly chatted to my neighbour. It just seemed like the normal thing to do. And this was noticeably different to my experience on the train or in the elevator. I decided to think about this a bit more and wonder why this was, and my subsequent observations led me to my second truth: connection on the basis of common experience. I realised people would interact with others they could identify with. Parents would walk down the aisle and smile at other parents, all of them trying to entertain their own children and stop them from crying. Those without kids would smirk at each other or raise an eyebrow when a child's piercing scream would rip through the cabin. The lady next to me humorously remarked, "It's like a primary school on here," both to her travel companion and me. She included me in the comment. Why? Well, all of these connections, even if only brief, seem to be some kind of acknowledgement of empathy, sort of saying, "I get you, you're not alone in that feeling." One of the attendants began playing with a baby and I noticed she wore a wedding band, so I wondered whether she had children of her own at home, and maybe that's why she was interacting with the kids more than the other staff. By themselves, these observations seem rather unremarkable, but they stood out to me, and this led me to my third human truth. The reason seemed to be technology, or lack thereof. Once we were in the air, we had no calls, texts, emails, Facebook, Instagram, or even Twitter. Isolated from our existing social circle, we seemed to turn outwards and engage with those around us, even strangers. As I'd observed on the train, it seems we're often content to just isolate ourselves in a music bubble, socializing through our phones with those we already know, rather than reaching out to those around us. Our diverse digital social lives seem to have become some sort of substitute for real-life interaction, and this seems like a bit of a shame in a way. And just as I thought this, I noticed the son and father down the aisle, sharing earphones and appreciating a song together. A nice reminder, I guess, that technology can still be a source of real-world engagement.
Hi, my name's Tiernan Lacey. I believe the advertising industry is a really exciting, dynamic and innovative space to work in, and I believe the Clemenger graduate program will offer me an excellent opportunity to improve my skills and learn so much more. I look forward to meeting you all again soon, and in the meantime, I'll stay curious.